Okay, so I just finished watching the first two episodes of Perfect Match season 2 on Netflix, and I have to tell you, I'm very much enjoying it. Let's start with this beautiful specimen that the Lord has made right here, Kaz. The only thing better than black people are black people with accents. And Kaz is British. And I'm living for it. Look at that face. Look at that body. Look. Look. I'm enjoying him on the show. He has not been toxically masculine thus far. The episode 2 is where they did the kissing challenge that they did last season, if y'all will recall. And so he and Micah won. I 1000% believe they strategized before, which is smart and which is what I think you should do. And she said, like, this is my perfume, this is this is my whatever, because they're blindfolded and they have noise canceling headphones. So she said, this is my perfume, this is what I smell like. So he would know it was her, and so they would know to give each other tens so that they would win the challenge. Because that's what the winners of the challenge last season did. So that's what I think happened with that. I'm sorry, no shade. I do not believe Micah is that great of a kisser. Like, two other people gave her like fours. Like, come on. Also, no shade to Micah because she doesn't seem horrible, but she seems very bland and boring. And I don't like her voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Micah, I'm sure you're a lovely lady, but I just don't find her interesting. Like, I feel like that spot could have gone to somebody else more interesting. But yeah, let's move on. Izzy. Why the fuck was Izzy here? Literally went home episode 2. I'm sorry, but this is obviously a show about very physically attractive people, and that's like the selling point. Izzy, one of these things is not like the other. Again, I'm sorry, but he's not hot enough to be on this show. And so maybe they thought they were being charitable by giving it to him, but no, like, he doesn't belong. And that's why he went home. And also, I don't like that the first night he felt like he wasn't fitting in. He couldn't find anybody to hook up with. So then he chose Tolu, the black woman, like, oh, I guess I'll just choose the black girl because nobody else wants me and she will just so that she can stay. That's what it was giving to me. And I didn't like that. I don't like Izzy. I didn't like him on Love is Blind. I didn't like him on this. Next. Now, Miss Kaz. Sorry, y'all. Miss Dominique. I really like Dominique a lot. But when she said that she talked to her therapist about liking toxic guys that she can argue with and how she's trying to get away from that, but not really because she matched with Brighton the first night and all they did was argue. I said, girl, I was like, this is definitely somebody in their 20s. Because I'm 41. I can't live like that. You want to argue with me all the time? Get out. Because very obviously with Brighton, it's about domination and it's about power and it's about him asserting himself because he's insecure. Like, he inserts himself more because he's insecure and he's emotionally immature and he's toxically masculine. And so when Chris came and it was all about, she had to choose one, then all of a sudden, if you notice, they weren't arguing. And Brighton calmed down because he wanted to be chosen. And like when she said, when they did the first challenge and she gave a strategy and then he didn't want to listen to her because she's an intelligent woman and he was threatened by that. And then the strategy that she gave him is what Harry and Elise won with. And then he wanted to fight with her about that. And then she cried. Every woman who saw that knows exactly why she cried, because there is not a woman on this earth who has not been mansplained to by a man or been interrupted by a man or been a man try to make you feel like you are less than. There's not a woman on this earth that hasn't experienced that. So I 1000% understood why she cried. My heart went out to her. And I'm glad that Brighton went home. Like all this about you getting another Netflix show, sweetheart, you made it to 2 episodes. And also, for those of you that don't know, Brighton's a homophobe. So he has no business being on any other show, especially not during fucking Pride Month. Do better, Netflix. But I really like Dominique, and I like that, when, Brighton and Chris were trying to play whose dick is bigger, she went into the kitchen and she was like, this masculinity, like, I just feel like I'd feel safer and I'd rather be with a woman. Because I totally get toxic masculinity being too much. So I'm interested to see what is going to happen with her. But I really like her a lot. I really enjoyed her. So on to the next. Now this is my baby Dom. If y'all don't know Dom, he was on The Mole on Netflix, which was a very great show. If you love these reality competition shows, definitely binge watch that. And he was on the first season of Perfect Match. I love Dom because he's very comfortable in his masculinity. He's not toxically masculine at all. He like paints his fingernails. He just is. And he's so sweet. He's such a gentle soul. Like he loves love. He's romantic. I love Dom. Love Dom. So one of the main reasons I'm watching this season is Dom. So I'm so happy that he came in the second episode. He's currently matched with Tolú. At the end of episode 2, he's matched with Tolú. I don't know what happens after that. But I just I enjoy him a lot. I will say that kiss between him and Tolú was kind of awkward. So I'm surprised that he gave her as high of a score as he gave her. I think he gave her a 7. That kiss looked awkward, but I think maybe he gets like nervous with intimacy, or maybe he's not comfortable with PDA on camera. I'm not sure which it is, and I also think he's very respectful, and he's very like, okay, like, I don't want to put pressure on the woman. I don't want to rush anything, which I appreciate. But love Dom. This is a beautiful human right here. And I love the fact that, Harry, like Georgia, really? You cheated on this? Really? Georgia cheated on Dom with Harry, and Dom approached Harry like a man. They hashed it out, and then Harry fell in love with Dom. That's how great Dom is. So, I love that story, actually, even though I hate that Georgia cheated. Dom is always getting his heart broken. Poor thing. But we'll see what happens on this show. Next, just very briefly about Chris. He literally does look like a human if the prince in Tangled was a human. He literally looks exactly like that, and it's actually kind of creepy. That's all I have to say about Chris. Next, like this video is only 10 minutes, and I'm not making 2 videos for this show, y'all. I'm not. Now, I normally do not do the lesser melanated at all, but Harry, even though he's a reformed hoe, is very charming. He is very charming. Like, I like Harry. Harry's like, I turned my life around. I was wild. I want to be on the right track. We'll see how long that holds up. I'm only on episode 2. But I don't know. There's something about Harry that I like. And I also like that he's very tall. He's big. I like a guy that's really tall like that. I like it. I dig it. So we'll see, child. Next. Now, my beautiful black queen, Tolú. This is one of the real reasons why I'm watching this show, because I want to see Tolú find love. She's beautiful. She's sexy. She's hot. It seems like she's going to have a connection with Chris later. If you look at the preview, I'm excited to see that. She's giving already. It's only been 2 episodes. I'm just so happy to see her on the show. And yeah, Chris, he had that little blip where he, was throwing his dick around, but he reeled it back in. And so if she does end up with Chris, I would not mind that, because he seems like he's a very decent guy. And I just love Tolú. And she already won 1 Netflix show. Let's win our second. Okay. I think she definitely will be around till the end. And I only have like 30 seconds left. I just want to say, Netflix, 6 episodes at one time. 6. It's not a holiday weekend or anything like that. Like, we have jobs. Okay? Calm down.